Have you ever played a game and you get to a point where you're just stuck? Maybe it's a puzzle, maybe it's some sort of action fighting business or something. You just can't figure out what you need to do. Maybe you know what the end goal is, you know where you're supposed to get to, but how to go about it, you're just looking at things and you can't figure it out. So you turn the game off and you walk away. Then a few minutes later, you just get punched in the brain with a revelation. Hey everybody, welcome back to James Plays Myst 5 End of Ages. This isn't the first time in these games that such a thing has happened, but I just wonder if I'm alone in having that experience. So last time I said, I think I need to find a symbol that will cause the borrow to stick around longer on that pressure plate. I don't know where to find such a thing. Turned the game off, ended the recording, started to relax. Bam. Hey, idiot. We've got books. And some of those books have symbols drawn into them. So I have gone through, there are 3 symbols in here, even though we have 4 ages. So that's concerning. But I think this one corresponds to where we are right now. Yisha's yapping in the background, but let's look at what this says. She's talking about the borrow. They will sing a song. They will sing a song without regard to their circumstances. They will stand and take time to sing to the Maker with heart. This matches this slate of this area. We also have one more symbol here. Each slate in the different ages, they're shaped differently. Now, we didn't have to use any of this in the other ages, at least not yet, so it just wasn't in the front of my thought process. And I'll be very, very upset if this is still somehow wrong. But yeah. Sometimes the best way to play a game is to stop playing it for a bit. Sometimes you're distracted by the things that are right in front of you. So let us go ahead and do our strategy again. And we will draw, as best we can, this symbol. So we got a circle like that, and then we've got almost like a human stick figure shape. Somebody having a little slouch. Like that. And we will hope for the best. Okay. Okay, looks good, looks sexy. Oh. That may be a problem. Are these buttons? They are. Oh. Oh no, I shouldn't have pushed a thing. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. That's okay. I hear you, little Barrow. I think I understand what's going on with this, but I'm distracted by this. Okay, so that brings the lift back up, and then it goes back down. Okay. So this, I think, I hope, is going to be very straightforward. It looks like we've got a maze with some colored lights. We did find a color code. So if we start with red, I'm going to push it, even though I don't think it's doing anything. We go here. Here's another red. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, things are already bad. Is there... Okay, there's a red over here. And that goes to a red. Then we have green. And then we have violet. Yay! Okay. It's actually blue here, but I don't care. New symbol! Alright. Look at that. We're starting off real good here. Last time... You know, sometimes certain puzzles are just gonna not click with somebody. And what I got stuck on, maybe somebody else would figure out right away. And maybe something I figure out right away is something that other people will get stuck on. And that's what I like about Let's Plays. What I like about doing them, what I like about watching them, is I'm playing this game. I know this game now. I've had this experience. But that's my experience. And what somebody else goes through is going to be a different experience. And I like to see what those experiences are like. And I like being able to share my experience with you. So, I can feel kinda bad, kinda stupid, kinda horrible about myself for not immediately being great at everything, but I watch other people, and that grounds me again, because I'm not worse than a lot of other people. In fact, you know, I'll pat myself on the back for a moment and say that I think I'm above average. And I kind of need to remember that and maybe just give myself those props every now and then. Not feel so bad about just struggling here and there, because that's the whole point. That's the experience. The experience isn't always going to be this wonderful, perfect, expert play on my first go of something. And that's okay. That's the point of doing this stuff. And I just need to remember that sometimes, you know? And you might watch and say, oh, this is painful because he's not getting this thing that I immediately understood. Or this is boring because it's been 40 minutes of him trying to figure out that what he's stepping on is a scale. Or whatever. But it's just the good and the bad make up that whole experience. And without the bad, you wouldn't really appreciate the good. least that's what I'm gonna be telling myself. But I went through very similar feelings with Outer Wilds, where I felt like I was playing that game wrong. And I got so in my own head about this need to put on a good showing, and feeling like I was doing a bad job of that. Oh god, I hate you. And then, other people started showing up and commenting and saying, no, this is exactly what people are looking for when it comes to this game. Reliving those experiences, sharing those experiences of just trying and often failing to process what is going on. And even being delighted in the failure at times. Hi, Escher, speaking of failure.
Once again, you impress me with your ability. The way has not been easy. You've come here via the way of the Krish, the warriors, the natives who traveled here to subdue the beasts for us. And what has become of them? Back to their barbaric ways? What a waste. Yet more destruction at the hands of the outsiders who have never understood what the Khni is. And now they can rebuild it?
That was weird. There was a little bit of stutter. And the subtitles were delayed by about a line. That's never happened before. So, the Dunny came here, there were those beasts, and those images we saw in the house, I guess depicted not the Dunny, but the Kresh, who came across the water to help them do things and kill the beast and get the rubies inside their tummies or something. And then he says that the Kresh went back to their barbaric ways. Now we are talking about two different groups of humans in this age. And he was talking about things like battle and warriors and such. I wonder if there ended up being some sort of conflict with the Kresh. He seemed to revel in the idea of fighting, and now he's very critical of the barbarism. We're going a lot farther out than I expected us to be able to. But there's something over there. It just feels like Escher is becoming more and more unhinged. Ugh. Did you just fall out of the sky, you little freak? But to what end is that erratic behavior? We've been on the same page since the very start of the game of, hey, don't give this tablet to Yisha. Now he's talking about being resentful of outsiders, which would match up with maybe his dislike of the Baro, and referencing the Kresh there. We're also an outsider, and I wonder what he thinks of us. He seems to be impressed with what I'm able to do. He seems to want me to succeed, but he also may go away, may hate us a lot. And once we get the tablet, maybe he's gonna want it for himself because he doesn't trust us to use it, or doesn't trust that we won't give it to Yisha. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 handles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rocks. Okay. I feel like I should be writing this stuff down. We are very much running out of room in this notebook. I was hoping that I would be able to finish this game and this notebook at the same time, and then start a fresh one for the next game. So I'm gonna try to make do. It looks like we have another weight counterbalance situation going on here. Okay, so they all line up perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to regard these as large, medium, and small. And I'm just going to write that down in my notebook. I don't know if it matters how they're being pulled up. Like this one goes kind of high. This one also. Oh, I did a thing already. I'm brilliant. Okay. Let us wait for the sun to show up again, because this is just dark enough to be quite annoying. Anyway, what I was trying to say was, you know, some of them get lifted up higher than others. So, again, we're going to be trying to figure out what the value is of each of these rocks. So let's start off with the smallest, and then... Okay, so that is not enough to affect that. Now that's a very heavy tipping of the scales, which blocks that off? Okay, can we even get up here? Is that a thing that we can do? So this opens here. Okay. Now, I mean, I understood that we needed to find a certain balance. I just didn't quite know where the other thing was. I saw we're blocking this off, but I didn't know that was the passage on the other side. Okay, so that's too heavy. That's, yeah, not a surprise. And then that's too light. There we go. Hey, that was a lot easier than the first weight system thing we did, huh? So up here... Oh, I wonder if I could have actually seen these rocks and done something with that to just solve it right away. Why am I up here? There. No. No. Why am I up here? Can I fall off? Doesn't look it. Okay. So we solved a puzzle to come up here. I don't see anything to interact with up here. The only thing I see is this window, which is pointed over here. Now, is this in and of itself a hint? If it is, I'm not fully getting it. Might not be getting it at all. So, There's actually one thing we could try. Well, a couple things we could try, but they all involve me going to get the slate. Now I'm curious. So the dancing thing did not stay marked on here. I'm going to try drawing it again. I just wanted to see what that looked like. Okay. So now... suppose this is as good a place as any. get those winds going. See if there's anything to be seen in the area. There we go. Look at me understanding the game again. Oh, I need to write this down quick, don't I? That should hopefully do. Okay. This is a big one. Very elaborate. Okay, that's not far enough away. Or actually, maybe it was if I went down here first. But let's... Nice open clearings seem to be ideal. Okay, that was understood. And here we are.
The distant isle. Very few have been here. You have done well. Treasures were kept here, and still are. The tablet on the keep is perhaps the greatest treasure ever held by man or beast.
It's doing that stuttering again.
We'll hold it soon. Power is in your hands, friend. Whether you like it or not.
Well, do you like it or not? Oh, sudden face change there.
I will not have the chance to speak to you again. You will link upon touching the final slate. The tablet will be yours, as will the choice. I will be blunt. For it's my last opportunity. Duchni's last opportunity. Her mind has changed. Now, she believes she must have the tablet. She believes she is the grower. When you see her, she will beckon for it. Do not give it to her. But the book in Kavir, I have unlocked it. Bring the tablet there to Myst Island. Yeshu will not follow. She does not want to be their master. Bring the tablet to the island. There is no other choice. I will meet you there. Please, do not fail. It is what must be done.
Okay, so we're gonna save before we go in here and touch that tablet. And we're actually not gonna touch the tablet. We are gonna go to one of the other places here. I want to see about these other symbols that were in the books. Wait. Where is the slate in this? Is it... do I still have access to it? We would have brought it here, and then it was in the thing. It's no longer tangible. Okay, so did I screw myself? You know what? We do have saves. And I can very clearly tell which ones go to where. As you see, I kept very good notes to go along with these very good pictures. But what I'm going to do is, just for the sake of my own curiosity, I'm going to go back to saves from those other ages and just see what these symbols do on the slates. Okay, this is all the way back to before we even crossed the frozen lake. We'll try drawing ourselves a little picture here of a little armless fella having a sit next to a snake. And we'll see what that does for us. Okay. You understood it. And we got that little interaction, but no significant anything, to my knowledge at least. Maybe there's a long game to be had. And I hope that's not the case. The other games didn't have anything like that necessarily. If anything, they introduced a short game. So now we will go to the other age for the other symbol. Okay, we're here back at Noleben. We're at the very beginning of it. You can see Escher still over there waiting to talk to us. So we will avoid that little monologue. Come over here and try drawing this other symbol. And this is two people sitting back to back. One has no arms. It's a very sad story. Okay, that seemed to be understood as well, but nothing like super special about any of this. Unless I'm not getting the symbols correct or something. But it seemed to be some unique reactions. The first one, definitely. This one I'll just try again for the sake of making sure. Hello? That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, yeah, we'll just consider that to be resolved, and we'll go back to beating the game before I cause any more problems for myself. Okay, we're back. As far as I can tell... Actually, you know what's weird? Or are they all have, like, different states? I don't know. Each slate looked a little different. Some are sparkling, some aren't. Hi. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see if we can identify all these places. We were just here. Yep, this is up in space. And, yep, that's the sealed cave. And this is... Okay, so all four. And then it loops. So there's no, like, other locations there. Alright. So, the tablet is free. We now have the tablet. And there is Yisha. And... I feel like we could just avoid her. You're so expectant. So I can't, like, use this for myself. I do have to give it to somebody. So, is our end game two choices? One, give it to Yisha. Two, go to Myst. What would the good ending be, and what would the bad ending be? We've been told this whole time, don't give it to Yisha. So, I'm going to see if that would be the bad ending. Look at that smug face. What are you... What is this supposed to convey? Couple more steps. Look back. Yeah. Okay. Well, would definitely say that's a bad ending. What the hell was that? I mean, nothing happened except just... No, not even just. Nothing happened. That was a whole lot of nothing. We will go... Hopefully, if I can find my way around. It's been a while. Find that Myst book. And let's see what Escher has to say about our decision. Oh, look at this. I suspect they already had a lot of the assets from real Myst, that this wouldn't have been too bad to recreate. Just add in a couple of changes, like the boat being wrecked and the trees being bare and stuff like that. Oh. That's kind of neat and also kind of sad. That this is the state of this world that was so significant to so many people. I'm not even talking about lore, I'm just talking about players. It's like, oh, here's that thing you liked, now it's dead.
After everything, did you not trust me? After all the help I provided, all the aid and assistance? Well done. Now it has slipped through her hands. Wasted. Fool. Now your journey has been a waste, and this precious island that once represented escape is now your prison. We have all failed. You have accomplished nothing. And there is no way from here. No one will come for you. Myst Island is your end. Forever.
Okay. We got the island all to ourselves, everybody. Everything is just in disarray. There we go. The machine is broken. The light. Everything. Let us... Oh. Just look around. See what we got here. Can we still play piano? No. I wonder... I mean, it wouldn't make sense for them to implement it. But I wonder if that extra area is still part of the world geometry here. Like, if you could clip through turn off the collision and everything like that, if I could go and find the stuff that they added in real Myst. If it's that much of a copy and paste. This is too dark. Going backwards so I can actually tell that I'm going somewhere. I mean, they even did all this? We can still get across the way. Oh, who remembers this? The first time I was really stuck in this series. It's bringing back memories. Speaking of bringing back memories, the fact that this is like... It's Myst Island, but just completely destroyed. It's reminding me a lot of Pissed. Which is very funny. To me, at least. The library... Oh, this is where the tablet would go. Scorch marks of the books. Fireplace is not usable in this game. And there's no way to, open up the bookcase. I think this is all there is to do. Is just enjoy this as is. I will double check that, but for now, we'll just go ahead and drop a save, and then we will load up the save before we did anything with the tablet. So, based on what he said there, I think what happened is I gave the tablet to Yisha, or at least tried to, and the tablet just went away, like it did the first time. And maybe if I had turned around, then I would have seen it back in its position and locked. And I just didn't think to do that. And that's why she was giving me the silent treatment there. She's like, you did the thing that you weren't supposed to do. Good job. So now, we'll take the tablet. Aisha, Baisha. Maybe there is no good ending. Maybe it's end of ages, because everything just fails to be saved. Everything is just horrible forever.
So, you listened to my wise counsel and have brought the tablet.
Mm-hmm.
But
He's very excited.
There was no way for your feeble mind to comprehend the power of this borrowed tablet. It was meant for a worthy. Couldn't fully grasp that the master of the tablet was the master of the bottle, master of their full power. It was really only yours, briefly, and only then, to give to a true master. Did you think you would gain a piece of its power?
No.
Is that why you brought it?
No.
Or perhaps my words. Perhaps I don't give myself enough credit.
No, this is...
It is mine.
This was all pretty much expected. Wow.
Yes, my powerful servants, your new master is here. Let's see what remarkable feats you can perform for me. The new master of the art. Oh, yes. Thank you, idiot.
You're welcome.
You performed well enough. So, I give you this wonderful island.
I already had this.
Consider it a missed opportunity.
This was, if I'm the same person from the previous games, this was already mine.
This island, that was always the place of escape, has now become your prison. Now, let's see where this power take me. Unlimited agents, an army of buffalo to do my bidding. Wow. Fun I will have.
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal, Escher. Now where do we go from here? I think we're... find ourselves in the same situation. Can't do anything with this. So, I feel like there should be a third ending, but I also wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't. I'm going to reload the last save, and we'll have a little talk. So there will be a period of time where we have the tablet and we can make a choice. We will essentially have that power in our hands. Does that mean we have an opportunity to use that power? Does that mean we have an opportunity to do something else with the tablet? Instead of giving it to Yisha or Escher, maybe we can give it to the Barrow themselves. Or something. I don't know what I would actually do. So I will look this up. and we will see where we go from there, okay? Okay, yeah, pretty obvious solution. So obvious that it was right under my nose, and I just didn't consider it. Go ahead. It's all yours. Oh. Oh?
I am set free.
I thought they, like, killed us.
The flavor of 10,000 years is over. And the burden of my family is lifted from my weary heart. Praise the Maker. He brought you for this impossible task. You have done well, and many will rejoice.
If they speak English, I'm gonna lose my shit.
The least as greatest. You have freed us all. Yourself of pride, me of the burden, and the good borrow of their enslavement. You are worthy of the new Denis.
Yeah, why am I being blindfolded? Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, my father.
Oh no, he's still alive.
Desert bird.
It's over. I didn't know if... I faltered. I was not always strong. I am so sorry.
No.
But what was asked of me, I have done. And now the tree grows again. Just to be your daughter again. Hold me.
My precious one. I'm so sorry. For this burden, this crushing weight. I cannot bear to think of it. But you carried it. I wish your mother could. You have truly become the grower. You bring Dunny back to life. Another circle closes. Another new tree grows again. Thank you, my old friend. Welcome to Rilishan, this new Dunny. It's been a long, long journey. Difficult journey. And I am old and weak. But I've lived long enough to see this day. To see my desert bird, my precious Isha return. As the grower. Filled with the wisdom of the Maker. Truly our long burden has been lifted. Now, my days can end. Here, peace.
And he immediately collapses and dies. Crumbles to dust. Uh-oh.
Where are you taking me? Release me, I order you.
Oh.
I demand it. Let me
Yes,
go, you evil.
there is this
demon.
to deal with.
You cannot hold me. I am Escher. I am the grower. Where is this? You idiot. Moronic lump of filth. You are nothing. I needed the power. I needed it. Dukni needed me.
You can't even say their name
You
right.
threw away to this witch and her legion of scum, the demon slaves. You've released the slaves as masters. You've turned the small to great. Curse the maker.
Silence. You are no longer subject to the great. You have become great yourselves. Do with him as you should to the least, for I am no longer worthy to give counsel to you.
No, no!
They devour him.
I am not given easily to those not close to me. But you have chosen well, my friend, and have allayed my fears. Many have been freed. Least will be greatest again, as it was before we began. The old is gone, and the new begun to grow. This is the new Denis, restored and free. Over none, under only the Maker. This restoration of Denis is not a restoration of the outside, of structures and stone, but of the inside, of hearts and truth. For kingdoms are only as strong as the hearts of their people. Your heart is right. Welcome to this kingdom. Welcome to this new Denis.
Well, there we go. Please speak English. Oh, you have wings. I was really hoping that just I'd turn to them and they'd be like, "Thank you for helping us." And then it just, yeah. So Relishan first mentioned in Myst 3. Now we get to sort of see it in a fancy JPEG there. We're done! We're done with the Myst games. Okay. Thoughts on this game? I tried to go into this with a clear mind, a fresh start, no expectations, as I've done with all the other games. But when I started to set the game up, I was exposed to a lot of negativity. I was exposed to things that I became concerned about. I didn't even know if I would be able to play the game. So I ended up being filled with a lot of dread, and I ended up having pretty low expectations. Wasn't my intention, but that's what happened. So this game far exceeded my expectations. I know there have people been saying this is the worst in the series, they hate it, the slates are awful, this and that. People were getting stuck because the game broke, all these things. I didn't have any of those problems. The only problem I had was the stupid cursor. So I consider myself very lucky to have had a good experience with this game as far as the technical stuff. As far as the story, I feel like it was a little bit lacking. There was no surprise. It was very simple. Not that I needed it to be overly complicated, I just was expecting something a bit grander for the final game in the series. The puzzles, I think, went, for the most part, pretty well. It's been a few games since I was able to play through a game and finish it in, what is this, 8 episodes? Yeah, so it was short, and I think that works best for these kinds of games. Some of the puzzles, like I've talked about, at least one puzzle, I felt didn't have enough feedback given to the player on understanding what was even going on. So I didn't know how to solve it because I didn't know what anything was. A couple puzzles there towards the end I got stuck on, which is fine. Puzzles are supposed to be challenging, so I'm not counting that against the game. I feel good that we kind of got back to something more reminiscent of those earlier games. Very much closer to Myst and Myst 3, not as much Riven. Definitely not like Uru or Revelation. And I feel like I'm ending on a good note. So, I hope you feel that way too. I know I'm not going to change anybody's opinions that had a bad time with this game. But if you were along this journey with me going into it blind, I hope maybe you don't feel that harsh about the game. Because I don't. I feel good about the experience. Especially compared to what I worried it could have been. Overall, I enjoyed these games very much. I like my puzzles, I like my adventures, I like being able to finally experience what is probably considered one of the most significant games in gaming history, and its impact has been felt in many other games. And seeing how it progressed over time under its own shadow, under that burden, and if it was able to continue being good and being a pioneer and a front runner for, you know, raising that bar in what games could be. I think they hold up very well, technical stuff aside. And yeah, I feel good. Very good about this. So, we finished up Myst, and now we have 2 more games to do. Abduction and Firmament. I can't remember which one came out first, but we will be moving on to those games. They were made by Cyan, and they're not set in the world of Myst. I don't know if they have any connection at all to the world of Myst, other than they are puzzle adventure games in a similar style. So we will see what they bring with that, and I hope you guys will be there for it as well. This has been quite a long journey so far. We are getting near the end, and I just hope that you've been enjoying it and will continue to enjoy it. So with that, I love ya. Mwah. And I'll see you for the next game. Bye-bye.